The rising rates of obesity in the United States are a serious public health concern, and many people are turning to specialized diets in an attempt to combat their weight issues. Among these, low-carbohydrate diets, which focus on reducing intake of carbohydrates, have gained significant popularity. Over 40% of adults in the U.S. are now classified as obese, and while many individuals aim to shed excess weight, keeping it off proves to be a far more significant challenge. Among the array of weight loss strategies available, cutting carbohydrates is often seen as a quick solution. However, while some believe that carbs and sugars are the primary culprits behind weight gain, the science behind low-carb diets is far from straightforward, and the potential negative impacts are more significant than many realize. According to the International Food Information Council, nearly 43% of people believe that carbohydrates or sugars are the main contributors to weight gain, while only 25% attribute the problem to excess calorie consumption across all food sources. The common belief is that by reducing carbohydrate intake, weight loss becomes easier and health improves. However, numerous scientific studies have shown that cutting carbs does not necessarily offer significant weight loss benefits when the total calorie intake remains the same. What many fail to understand is that the problem with carbs is not their presence, but rather the overall imbalance in the total calorie intake, which can lead to weight gain regardless of whether carbs or fats are the dominant source. In addition to not providing the miraculous benefits many expect, low-carb diets come with a set of serious drawbacks. Some research has shown that dramatically reducing carbohydrate intake can lead to deficiencies in critical vitamins and minerals, which are essential for maintaining good health. This is a point that a recent study, published in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, delves into with alarming findings. A group of researchers sought to examine the nutritional impact of low-carb diets by analyzing data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, NANS, which tracks health and diet patterns in the U.S. The study included over 15,000 participants, with a focus on how low-carb diets affect the intake of essential nutrients. What they found was concerning. People who followed low-carb diets, defined in this study as consuming less than 45% of their total calories from carbohydrates, were more likely to be deficient in several vital nutrients, such as iron, magnesium, vitamin A, folate, vitamin C, and vitamin D. These nutrients are crucial for various bodily functions, from maintaining energy levels to supporting immune health and ensuring proper bone and muscle function. The study also highlighted that individuals on these diets often consumed more alcohol and fats, including both unhealthy saturated fats and healthier unsaturated fats, which can have varying effects on nutrient absorption. For example, low-fat versions of low-carb diets were more likely to lead to deficiencies in calcium and vitamin E, further indicating that how much fat you eat, along with the type of fat, can exacerbate nutrient gaps when cutting carbs. Perhaps the most troubling aspect of the study is the evidence that low-carb diets, when not carefully planned, can result in a cascading series of health issues due to micronutrient deficiencies. Iron, magnesium, and vitamins A, C, and D are not just important for maintaining good health. They are absolutely essential. A lack of magnesium can contribute to fatigue, muscle cramps, and cardiovascular issues, while vitamin A is vital for vision and immune system support. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to osteoporosis, poor bone health, and an increased risk of chronic diseases like cancer. Folate, essential for cell growth and repair, is particularly critical for pregnant women to prevent birth defects. Yet a low-carb diet makes it more difficult to meet the recommended intake. Additionally, low-carb diets are often associated with an increased intake of sodium, which can have negative effects on cardiovascular health, leading to high blood pressure and potentially increasing the risk of stroke and heart disease. The research found that individuals on low-carb diets, particularly those with a high intake of certain fats, were more likely to exceed the recommended daily sodium intake, adding yet another layer of health risks to their already imbalanced diet. One key takeaway from this study is the importance of monitoring and adjusting the intake of specific nutrients when following a low-carb diet. While it's true that such diets can help people lose weight, they also come with potential downsides that are often overlooked in the rush to reduce carbs. The study's authors stress that individuals following low-carb diets should not only be mindful of reducing carbohydrates, but also make sure they are compensating for the nutrients they might be missing by including a variety of nutrient-dense foods. For example, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and lean proteins can help offset some of the deficiencies associated with cutting out carb-rich foods like grains, fruits, and vegetables. Supplements might also be necessary to fill in these gaps, but relying on supplements alone is not a sustainable solution. Moreover, it's crucial for anyone considering a low-carb diet to consult with a healthcare provider or dietitian. They can help assess individual nutritional needs and design a more balanced eating plan that supports health while promoting weight loss. Low-carb diets aren't inherently bad, but the risks associated with unbalanced macronutrient ratios and nutrient deficiencies need to be carefully managed. By incorporating a variety of nutrient-dense foods and ensuring adequate intake of key vitamins and minerals, individuals can pursue their weight loss goals without compromising their overall health. In conclusion, while low-carb diets may offer short-term weight loss results, they come with significant risks that need to be addressed in order to achieve long-term health and wellness. Nutritional deficiencies in essential vitamins and minerals, combined with potential health risks like high sodium intake, suggest that anyone considering a low-carb diet must proceed with caution. A carefully planned, balanced approach that incorporates a wide range of nutrient-dense foods is essential to minimize these risks and ensure that weight loss does not come at the expense of overall health. If done improperly, the long-term effects of a low-carb diet could be far more damaging than helpful, and the very goal of better health may remain out of reach.